We are here in your house sports after dark. I'm Andy D.
It's your boy Vassos.
Fat Sam's not with us tonight. He is interviewing for the North Carolina head coaching position. I think he's going to go also to interview for Purdue.
Might as well. I mean, we forgot Purdue was in the Big Ten, so maybe they forgot.
Yeah, and I forgot Indiana was there as well. So,
to be fair, it's football. Everybody forgot Indiana had a football program.
I'm after dark mode now. Yeah, and then Indiana's like, we'll show you we're 11-1.
They're like, fuck you, Mexican.
They have to give us credit. That's all I'll say, man.
We lit the fire.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Somebody play. I wish I could dub over the.
It's us in the background.
Yeah.
No.
We're bulletin board material.
That'd be some shit, man. Like, fantasy world. You're watching their coach talk one day. Hey, what inspired this? Well, these dumbasses from Texas. They show a clip of them. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, this, yes.
We forgot we were in the Big Ten.
Almost won the damn thing. And then we won the national championship. It's like,
you're welcome.
Yes.
Anyway.
And they did that without the help of a McMahon.
Exactly. Yes. Literally. So give us NIL money, Indiana.
Right. Yes.
For all of y'all joining us tonight, appreciate it. If you're not, you're missing out. Obviously, we're all live on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook in your house sports, YouTube in your house sports. Share the live, share the videos, share the page. Go like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, all that good stuff. We have our previous videos on the YouTube as well, our live videos and the ones that we do at Rogue Media, which we'll be doing more in a couple more weeks, closer to bowl season when we do that next recording.
One of my favorite seasons of the year.
Love it. Also on X, In Your House Sports, Instagram, In Your House Sports.
And, Twitter.
And Tickety Talk.
Tickety Talk, yes.
There's something else called Blue Sky.
I saw that. Is that I supposedly I heard that was like the answer, or that was like the, how the right wingers had the True Social.
Oh, okay.
Like the left wing thing.
Oh, okay. Why can't they just name right and left? Right.
They both were terrible, so they both got shut down.
Like Pornhub and whatever the other one is. I don't know. Playboy Plus. I don't know. Like going at it. I don't know.
Hey, we don't know. We'd all got disabled in Texas, so
yeah. Those of you out there, y'all know.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Greg Abbott.
Yeah.
Way to stand up for something.
We appreciate y'all joining us. Lots of action going on, obviously, in college football. We have rivalry week just ended. We have championship week coming. We got playoff rankings getting hotter because the next one's the real one.
Yes, this is the one that matters. Like this one was big.
This
one that just came out 2 days ago was big. But this next one, woo.
Yeah, the one 2 days ago was like, let's see how much we could piss people off.
Yes.
Like we said, someone's gonna be mad no matter what. And there's gonna be an argument for this team, that team. It's gonna make sense, not gonna make sense, all this other stuff. So whatever. Like I said, the real one that comes out is gonna be Tuesday still, right? They're releasing it Tuesday.
Now that you say that, I don't know if it's gonna be Tuesday. It's either gonna be Tuesday or Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday, right? Like Selection Sunday type deal.
I think it might, it might be Sunday morning.
And that's when they release all the bowl games as well.
Let me see. I'm about to Google that shit. See. Let's see. I'm just putting Selection Sunday.
Yep. The sixth and final one is this Sunday.
The good thing is they don't. The committee does not have that long to sit around and debate this. They have to make a decision quick.
Yeah. So 11 a.m. Sunday, they will be out. Hell yeah. Hell.
I mean, the good thing is with that, they've got plenty of things to get people to get distracted about during the day. They do it at 11 a.m. NFL starts. They're like, all right, people are pissed off for an hour and they'll forget about it.
And they'll be like, fuck. And then Monday, they're like, well, hold on. Dallas plays Monday night. Okay, then we're good. They ain't gonna worry about shit. Fuck SMU. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. Sunday they're gonna release it at 11 a.m. And I think they have like later on in the evening they do this bowl selection show, and so we'll get all the bowl games as well. What's crazy though, like I didn't notice this until this week. So Army's in the AAC championship game, right?
And then they have to play the week after.
Yeah, play Navy. And somebody said that game doesn't count.
Well, I mean,
it's like just for bragging rights, but it doesn't affect their status.
Yeah. I mean, but it's been a long time since either one of those schools have been, or either one of those have been good.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't realize that.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh shit, one of them is actually good. What are we supposed to do? Do we count it against them or not?
Yeah. So I just brought that up because it was brought to my attention. Sometime this week I was reading about Army and Navy, and then I'm like, oh yeah, they play next week. Like, oh shit, wait a minute. But anyways, get to the action that happened this past week and the big games that happened. It started Black Friday with Georgia and Georgia Tech going to 8 overtimes. My God.
They were at that point, Georgia was just trying to like, hey, y'all take it. And Georgia said, no, y'all take it. Y'all need this more than we do.
Georgia's like, no, for real. Here, go ahead and take it. Georgia's like, no, like seriously, y'all here.
Yeah. And what's crazy is even if Georgia would have lost, they still were in the SEC championship.
Yeah. Well, what got me then, like the most is he's a great commentator, he's a great announcer, but Joe Tessitore like kept on and on and on and on. Georgia's in the playoff if they win. Georgia's in the playoff if they win. Georgia's in the playoff if they win. They're guaranteed to be in the playoff. Kind of sounded like last year when he was talking about Florida State. Florida State can be in the playoff. Florida State should be in the playoff. Like, damn, dude, shut the hell up.
Do you think he's a little pissed off that he got made look like a fool last year?
Probably.
Maybe the producer turned into Vince McMahon is screaming, God damn it, that's not how you do it. You got to make them look strong.
Like, damn, man. Like, I understand. Like, yes, it's Georgia. Yes, they got screwed last year. They did. But just let it play out, man. Just let it play out.
What you don't know is Paul Feinbaum's the one in his ear.
Yeah, cussing his ass out.
Yeah.
But shout out to Georgia Tech, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, they gonna get beat. Like every year, they're gonna hammer them up.
It's like they had their one miracle game against Miami.
Yeah. And then when they beat Florida State this year, like, okay. But then Florida State's, Florida State.
Yeah.
We found out later on. But Haynes fucking King. That
Texas
dude,
A&M transfer.
Yeah. Like, if you put Haynes King in that game against Texas that we'll talk about later on.
Maybe, yeah. The way he played that game.
Man, God, man. He was like, he had a damn bet on him or something. Like, you better win this fucking game or else.
He took the over on himself.
He did, man. But no, he played a hell of a game.
And it kind of sucks for him is that he's the one that cost them that lead.
Yeah.
To get to where Georgia could come back and tie it. Yeah. Or get ahead and then they had to come tie it. But still. Like, dude. It was second down? When they ran that quarterback power?
Yeah.
Second down, just take your loss and boom, he fumbles the ball.
Yeah, that was a freaking hell of a hit, man. Yeah, Georgia's defense, man, they stepped up when they needed to step up. And those players make the plays.
They were exhausted by the end of that game. Like Georgia, that's why I was kind of like, okay, if Georgia's going to win, God damn it, we better win because they are vulnerable right now. They are tired. They are hurt. There are guys left and right down on the ground.
Yep.
especially on the defensive side of the ball for Georgia. A lot of guys were hurt.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. You know, they get a quote-unquote extra day because they played on Friday, but that game went into over midnight.
Yeah, right.
Saturday.
Right.
But shout out to Georgia Tech, man. The Brent Keys, right? Is that the name of the coach?
I believe so.
Yeah.
We will acknowledge Georgia Tech.
We will acknowledge you for next year because I think you're going to be serious. They play Colorado Open in the Europe.
Whew.
I'll tell you, man, these schedule riders, they knew what they were doing years in advance.
I'm telling you, man. Now that WWE's jumped in on college football, Triple H is, over there booking.
Over it all. Yeah, Georgia goes to 10-2. Georgia Tech 7-5. Surprising they're 7-5. I thought they had a higher win percentage, but them games that they've been involved in have been very interesting.
Yeah.
Then we kicked off Saturday with the Ohio State versus Michigan. Michigan with the upset, I guess you want to call it, 13-10 in Columbus. Which started a whole flag planting and everything.
Flag planting. You see a couple guys got pepper sprayed?
Yeah.
Like I thought that's what it was because I saw them like spraying themselves with water, and I'm like, did they get pepper sprayed? Yeah. And then the fact that they never mentioned it on the broadcast. Like I kept expecting Gus Johnson. Oh my God!
I'm about to say
they got pepper sprayed.
Did you see that, Joel?
Yeah. Joel, look at him and hit him right in the pupils.
I saw that clip of where you said he got that interception when he freaking voice was cracking everywhere. It's like, damn.
Dude. I love Gus Johnson. I love the passion that he has when he calls a game.
Yeah.
But goddamn.
That was too much, man.
Yeah.
Too much. We're laughing too because before we came on the air, you're talking about Michigan's offensive coordinator got fired.
Yeah. How about that? You beat Ohio State, and it's like, hey, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Get the fuck out of my building.
Yeah. He's like, dude, I will score 13 points. Took him forever to fire their OC.
He's like, but Mike Norvell didn't get fired.
Yeah. Go join his staff, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like that's Ultimate Warrior running in through the curtain vent tanning his firing notice is get the fuck out of my building, you're fired.
Yeah. As for Ohio State, like you said, Ryan Day has to have a hell of a playoff run. Let's see if they get in.
Oh, they're in. They're in.
But here's why I say that. I know I'm skipping ahead, but say Penn State pulls an upset. That's all I'm saying. But
yeah, we'll get to the committee part of it, but
we'll get that later.
Yeah, but that's he opened a whole can of worms with that. So
yeah, he has to go all out. He has to make a night. Man, to me, I feel like at this point you got to make at least a national title appearance or something, man.
Yeah,
because Chip Kelly's over there like, fuck, don't call on me.
They gotta win at least go to the next round. And if they lose, they've got to at least be competitive in that second round. And it's the semis. No, that's the quarters, right?
And if they host a playoff game, like you for sure better win.
Yes, you can't lose back-to-back games in the big house, or not the big house, in the shoe.
You don't want a group of 5 team or a conference champion from like the ACC or Big 12 come and beat you in your home. Then my God,
no,
you're done.
Yeah, that's the reason enough to get fired.
Yeah.
Even though it's crazy as you look at his record, it's like hardly loses to anybody outside the conference or, anybody in conference especially.
Yeah.
Just in general, he cannot, this past like 4 years, he cannot beat Michigan, and they haven't even been close.
You look at it too, like this year, the other big game they lost was Oregon. I mean, that was a huge game. Granted, it's on the road, but you look at that, like, you might, depending on how they do schedules moving forward, you might have to play them every season. Or whenever you do, that's going to be a big game that you're going to have to win.
That, and it's like when you think about it, it's like, what is your recruiting process for quarterback?
Yeah.
because you missed on McCord, who transferred, and we'll get to him a little bit later to Syracuse. You bring in Will Howard from Kansas State, and you
had flashes, but not when it counted the most. He didn't.
True. I mean, you were good with Stroud. You had that. You had Ewers before Stroud got there. Mm-hmm. And he bailed after a year.
Yeah, Burrow.
You had Joe Burrow before that, and he was like, "No, I'm out."
Yeah, you got to look at it too. You hate to mention it, but Urban Meyer was there, man. That quarterback room was freaking filthy, man. It was great.
Mm-hmm. If nothing else, besides the usual DBs and everything like that, Urban Meyer could get a quarterback that probably had no business playing in the NFL. He could get them drafted.
Yeah.
Whether that was when he was at Florida, or he got freaking Carnell Jones drafted for playing 4 games?
4 games, man. 4 games.
Got him drafted in, was it the 3rd round they drafted him?
Yeah, big teddy bear.
That dude was terrible.
Yeah, he was trash. He's a great analyst though now. He's on the CBS Sports Network.
Oh, okay. And you might remember this man. No, I sure as hell don't.
Yeah, you remember? No. Man, was he back? Was that back when?
Was that the year they won the national championship?
I think so. Did they beat Oregon?
Because they beat Alabama.
Because they had Zeke, right? Yeah, they beat Oregon. They beat Oregon that year.
That's right. Okay, so they beat Alabama in the first round.
Yeah,
and then they played. Okay, yeah. Because Oregon beat. Was it Clemson or was it Auburn?
Probably Auburn. It was random. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was a weird year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird year that year. But yeah, Michigan beat Ohio State 13.
That was the first college football playoff. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
That was the very first year of the playoff.
2014, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 2014, 2015 season. Yeah. That was.
So Michigan goes to 7-5. Ohio State 10-2. Another good game that was played was South Carolina beat Clemson 17-14.
That one came down to just you hate to see that kind of a turnover at the end of the game.
Yeah. South Carolina, man, they had a successful year this year, 9-3.
Beamer ball is strong down there in South Carolina. Steve Spurrier has gotten out of his grave and is clapping, and he's not even dead yet. So
he's like, God damn it, I'm on the Heisman commercial.
Yeah.
Fall from grace, man. You talk about a fall from grace. Because Clemson, they got saved because Miami lost to Syracuse 42-38.
Got a 21-point lead.
Miami's been flirting with losing these games for the whole season.
I heard somebody describe it best. They're a defensive optional team.
Yeah.
In that they opt not to play defense.
At all, man. Because I'm looking at their – so they beat Virginia Tech by 4, beat Cal by 1, beat Louisville by a touchdown. Lost to Georgia Tech, obviously, by 5, and they lose this game by 4.
Well, and you got to remember, too, they only beat Virginia Tech because of that overturned interception. Yeah, overturned interception in the end zone.
That was wild.
Yes.
That was that night before the Hail Mary with Baylor in Colorado.
Yeah.
But that was wild. Yeah. An ugly 10-2 record for Miami.
Yes, because it's 2 teams you have no business losing to.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing if you would have lost to Louisville, because I think they were 23, 22 at the time.
Yeah.
That's one thing if you lose to Louisville. It'd be one thing if you'd have lost to I'm trying to think who else they played that was any good or that might have been ranked.
Nobody.
Nobody really, but
Yeah.
I mean, they played Florida right this year,
Yeah, the beginning of the year.
so that's a rival right there. If you
Yeah.
lose to Florida, okay, especially early on, it's like okay, well, yeah, that was a shitty game or a shitty team to lose to now, but at the time, it's like hey, that's a rivalry game, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man.
And plus, doing it that way, that loss would not hurt you in this scenario.
Nah, not at all. Yeah. Because you look at it on paper, they're 10-2, but like, nah, nah.
They were like the best comparison I have is USC. What was it, 2 years ago when Caleb Williams won the Heisman?
Mm-hmm.
No defense. It was just we're going to score as much as we can and pray to God that
Yeah.
pray to God that we get the ball last or our defense somehow makes a stop.
Get a fluke turnover or something.
Yeah.
So you got SMU and Clemson being in the ACC championship game.
Was it you or was it Samuel that was like, hey, SMU's a dark horse to win the ACC?
Samuel was very big on SMU coming this year. He's like, I didn't know they're going to go to the conference title game. I knew they're going to make some noise.
Yeah, Pat Sam definitely called SMU as his dark horse for the year and team to look out for.
Yeah. They delivered. No matter the outcome of the game, they delivered.
Yes. And they're projected right now to get a bye.
It's crazy.
Which is, yeah.
Pony up.
Pony up. Craig James is pissed right now. He's locked in a dark room right now.
Even though, who was it? Was it Eric Dickerson?
Yes.
The Pony Express, man. They need to honor them. If they get that home game, they need to honor them first round of the playoff or whatever it is.
Yeah, they got to be captains.
We pray for days like this.
And you know what? Eric Dickerson, when he's walking on the field, should pull up in whatever vehicle it was they bought him.
Right. Oh, man. And then before we get to the exciting late game of the day, we had Baylor beat Kansas 45-17.
They smacked the dog shit out of Kansas.
Man, it was wild to see, too.
They were like, bowl game? Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend.
Because when Kansas scored that first touchdown, I was like, oh, shit, here we go. I was just like, oh, here we go. Because they looked good, They're clicking. And then once Baylor's defense adjusted, clamped down, that was it, man. Their offense has been on fire. Sawyer Robertson with the 5th best QBR in the nation this year.
He's come around a long
way.
Like we were saying, that Colorado game was a staple for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado went up, Baylor went not down, but they went kind of, and then they went sideways.
Yeah.
What was it, like 2 games that took them to find their footing?
Yeah, after they lost to Iowa State, and that was it. Like, they came out that bye week and whooped Tech, and then just continued on. That offensive line started to show up.
Yeah. Running the ball.
Oh, yeah.
When Robertson needed to make a pass, he would make a pass. Guys were catching the ball, which I think during that slide, you would have a guy wide open, perfect pass, drop.
Yep, fumbles too.
Yeah, turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers were crazy. But watching it, like I really paid attention Saturday. I'm like, this is crazy to see watching this offense. How electric they are. I'm like, man, I'm not used to this shit again.
Well, you got used to Jeff Grimes, so that's why.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh man, doing that dumbass HB pool play, whatever he did all the time. He ran that a couple of times with Kansas. I'm like, keep running that damn play, dumbass play. Keep doing it.
They're like, oh, we've seen this one before.
Yeah, like, oh yeah. But on a 6-game win streak, go to 8-4. So they're projected to play either LSU or Texas A&M in the Texas Bowl. Either one of those. Bring it on.
Get some. Let's get Brian Kelly fired.
That's what I'm saying. Let's just have him just spaz out. Spaz out, man. Speaking of, we had the game of the night at Texas versus Texas A&M.
$1,100 ticket average price.
Crazy.
And that's rounding up $15. So it wasn't quite $1,100, but goddamn, it might as well have been $1,100.
Wild, man. Wild. That's crazy.
I was like, shit. And I thought, I legitimately thought about it. I was like, I might go. Just buy a ticket for myself and go, because I saw it was like $680. I was like, you know what? Screw everybody else. I'm just going to go to the game and sit next to somebody. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. Like, well, it's probably close to $800 now. And then the kid goes, no. I sent y'all that picture. That I was like, fuck that.
Never mind. I'm good.
Yes.
Atmosphere was great. Everything, the whole shebang. The fake little corporals out there and all that good stuff. But like I said, man, at the beginning of the game, the intros were fire. That was fire, dude.
Dude, that was like, all right, get the Bengay, get the knee sleeve. I'm gonna roll it up and let's go. I'm ready to run through a wall, baby.
Man, because I told somebody at work, I was like, I asked them if they watched the intro right now. I said, man, I said, this is how great it was. Imagine you haven't watched college football, and I'm telling you, dude, you got to watch this game. It's an old rivalry. They're about to renew it. Like, sit down and watch this game with me. I said, when that intro hit, you would have been like, oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to check this out.
That's one of those things that, like, you know, in your case, you sit down with your son and go, all right, you know, if he never watched football a day in his life, like, he watched that, it's like, all right, I want to sit down and watch this. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, that's what makes college football just stand out the most, man. Like, will trump NFL any day, NBA any day. College basketball comes close to college football because of the pageantry and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But college football, man, God, dog.
And I think what makes college football, what holds that candle over college basketball, is you have only so many games.
Yep. And then this game, perfect. Like, we even said at the beginning of the year, what if Texas A&M games for like a shot the SEC title game? It was. Really was.
Hey, we get something right every now and then.
Like, who wrote this script? Like, God, dog.
Somebody write us our goddamn check.
Seriously, man. Like, we get something right every year. But yeah, Texas defense, the front freaking seven dominated.
Yes.
Secondary was on, but the whole defense was on fire. A&M's offense looked like freaking. Can't even explain what they look horrible.
Well, it's funny because, you know, was it the first drive when they drive all the way down into the red zone? They looked as like, oh shit, it's gonna be one of those kind of games. It's gonna be a shootout game. The way they just went down there, and then they got down in the red zone, boom, clamp down. They couldn't do shit. Couldn't run the ball. And I don't think they got past midfield until what, the third quarter?
Yeah, it was third quarter.
Late third quarter, because Ewers was that pick to get them on the board. But it's like the Texas defense pitched a shutout.
Mm-hmm. And the closest they got was off that block punt. They didn't even do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, went for it again on fourth down and got stopped. Almost the exact same type of style of run.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could tell Herbstreit was starting to get pissed. He's like, why would you do that? You run the exact same play. If it didn't work the first 10 times, why would it work the next?
We're all doing the same thing. Like, why would you run the fucking middle? Like, I'm like, shit, well, what's the name? The offense coordinator, Colin Klein, right?
Yeah.
Kansas State quarterback. I'm like, dude, stop.
Yeah. Like, bro, you're not back there.
Yeah, it ain't you. That's not you at all.
Bro, you've got at least 5 inches on this kid and probably in like 30, 40 pounds on it.
Yeah, man. I was like, come on, man. It's so dumb, man. So dumb. But, man, they couldn't do anything. Anything.
I mean, like you said, Texas defense was dominating.
And Arch Manning in that first touchdown.
Oh, dude. He got that team hyped by scoring that touchdown.
Yeah.
He got up and
Yeah.
he flexed on him. Did the
Yeah, Arch got him, man.
I wish they would have used him a little bit more, but I'm kind of glad they didn't because they don't want to give too much away for that rematch with Georgia.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hell of a game.
Mm-hmm.
But A&M finishes what, 9-3?
This is the best that they finished.
Yeah. I saw some
No,
fans.
they're 9-4.
9-4. Yeah. I saw some. Are they 9-4?
Or are they 8-4?
Let's find out. Yeah, they're 8-4. 8-4.
Yeah, I was gonna say because they'd only lost 2 conference games.
Yeah. I'll snore dames, dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it was this is funny to think though. All that lack of offense, A&M still had a chance to win the game. Just crazy.
Different coach, same result.
Yeah.
The only difference is you didn't lose 3 straight.
Right.
like you would with Jimbo Fisher, like you would with Kevin Sumlin, like you did with Franchione, like you did, where you'd have these great starts and then you would collapse at the end of the year.
The only one that had him above water was R.C. Slocum.
Yeah.
That was it.
Did A&M ever win the Big 12?
Yes.
Okay.
They beat Kansas State one year.
Was that the year Kansas State was number 1 the entire season?
Yeah.
Okay. They still played for a national championship, I think.
Yes.
Didn't they? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think they played Tennessee or somebody or Florida. Oh, Tennessee, I think.
Was that T
Martin?
T Martin?
I think so. Yeah, because T Martin, they went 2 years in a row, didn't they?
Tennessee. They went 1 year against somebody, and then the other year was against Florida State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was Chris Winkie, I think.
Yeah, his illustrious career starting. And you had because A&M had that win.
Okay. See, I couldn't remember if they'd ever won a Big 12. I'm like, bro, they never even won the Big 12. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I think it was that year right after Texas won. That first one. I think A&M won the second.
Pre-Ricky Williams?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you look at next week, got championship week coming. I said next week's this week. Starting tomorrow.
I heard they won't let anybody play Nuck If You Buck in any of these games because of everything that happened at the end of the games last week.
Yeah. Let's talk about it real quick. We get the flag planting everywhere. Started with Michigan, Ohio State. And it was just pretty much like everyone else, we can do that shit.
Florida's like I was saying, Florida tried or did it to Florida State, and Mark Norvell just walked the fuck off. Didn't even shake Napier's hand.
You had North Carolina State.
Yeah.
Arizona State with the fucking
fork. The pitchfork, yeah.
Yes, that was great.
And who else was it? Texas went over there and started dancing on lows. Sarkisian was like, no, fuck this shit. Get the fuck out. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, man. Who else was it?
There was one more. The North Carolina one, besides the Michigan, I think was the one that probably got out of hand the most.
Yeah. That one got out of hand. That was it, right?
I think that was it, yeah. Because no, that was the week before with the equipment manager. Yeah, the week before was the equipment manager. My bad.
Well, man, the pitchfork was great though.
Yes.
Hey, we got this. We got a flag. We got this.
So this is what we think. Dig your field up.
What if Georgia Tech would have won? They would have released the Yellow Jackets and start stinging everybody.
Maybe. They had kidnapped. What was it? Sparky? Is that the name of the dog? Or Uga? Uga. They had kidnapped Uga.
Fucking stinging with the Yellow Jackets.
They would have pulled a big boss man and fed Uga to Carson Beck.
Yeah, you need to eat, man. Wait up.
Next week, your SEC championship is going to be in a dog kennel from hell match.
What? Oh my gosh. But yeah, man, the whole planting the flags was great, man. That was
It was great. If nothing else, this makes team go, hey, switch the turf. They can't do that shit.
Yeah. But you know what's concerning, right? You got that. A big thing that happened a lot this year was storming the field, like before the game was over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking about, man, they're going to fucking NASCAR the damn stadiums.
Yeah. It's going to be, they're going to be like, you got to put a track.
Yeah.
All your stadiums, as nice as they look, you got to put a track on there.
But it was just stupid, man. Like, some games were just dumb. Like, why are you really? Come on now.
Yeah.
Like, when Oklahoma beat Alabama, come on, man. Why are we storming the field? You're Oklahoma. I don't care how trash you are this year. You're Oklahoma. Show some respect for yourself.
Was that their senior night?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I get.
Yeah. I'm like, man, come on. Like, when I saw it, I was like, Oklahoma storming the field? Like, what?
Yeah. And it's like, if you're the NCAA and you want them to take you seriously, these $100,000 fines, $200,000 fines don't mean shit
No.
to these programs. It's like, if you want to send a message, $500,000, $250,000, $750,000. Fuck, if they keep doing it, hit them with $1 million fine.
They start tasing them.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, it's like, hey, you start taking away scholarships.
Something, yeah.
It's like, hey, you storm the field, okay, we'll give you a pass. You do it again, that's 5 scholarships you lose.
You do it again, we'll throw allegations on you. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, okay, all right. We'll stop.
Do it again, you got to take our Urban Meyer. So
yeah.
And goddamn, what's the goddamn Bobby Petrino.
Bobby Petrino, man.
Your coaching staff must consist of Urban Meyer and Bobby Petrino.
You have to have him for at least 2 years.
Yes.
Oh man. So yeah, we got championship week coming up starting tomorrow on Friday. Got 2 games. You have the Mountain West Championship, which is an important one.
Mm-hmm.
UNLV and Boise State. I haven't watched much of UNLV. Boise State, obviously Ashton Gency, right? It's the big story there. I did hear that UNLV is not one to be pushed over. So
yeah.
Just for the chaos.
It's a dogfight.
Yeah, and just for the chaos and because of Gency, I want to see Boise. I'll take Boise State.
Oh yeah, I want Boise State in there. I think it's nice they finally get a chance to compete when they should have all those years ago from when they beat Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah, the 14 playoff kind of snubbed that chance.
Yeah.
And then you got the American Athletic Championship. You got Tulane versus Army. I'm going to go Army as well.
Let's go Army.
Now, what's going to be interesting if Army wins and Boise State loses.
Ooh.
It's going to be very interesting.
It'd be very interesting.
Then if you're an Army, you feel like,
actually, what happens then, the Big 12 gets the next bid.
It gets another team in.
No, they get their champion in to the bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then speaking of the Big 12, Saturday kicks off with the Big 12 championship. This game is going to be interesting. Arizona State and Iowa State, 2 teams we all picked to go to the Big 12 championship game this year.
I got half of that right. I picked Arizona to be there, not Arizona State. That's what I meant to say. To be fair, I picked Arizona State to finish dead last in the Big 12.
Same here. Hey, shout out to that fan that got in Matt Campbell's face last year. You created a monster.
Fired up Matt Campbell, man.
Fired his ass up. They got their first 10-win season, like school history, I believe.
Yeah.
In the Big 12 championship. Arizona State, great story. Head coach, becoming a fan of mine just because the story about him paying the assistants and who was not the assistants, but was it assistants and the other
I'm pulling it up right now. Let me see. Damn. Where's it at? No, I just sent it to you guys. I'm trying to find it. There it is. Yep, he gave it to his off-field staffers, 20 of his off-field staffers, when he got his $200,000 bonus for winning 9 games. Gave them all anywhere between 5 and 10.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's didn't tell him that's his bonus. That was out of his own pocket.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You see Arizona State, you got to sacrifice Herm Edwards and Jaden Daniels. Look what you get.
Hey, man, this could be 1995 all over again with Jake Plummer.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. When we're talking about Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine them welcoming Arizona State into the horseshoe? Lose.
Oh no! So you remember what was it that was it a Fiesta Bowl? That bowl game where they played Ohio State with Jake Plummer and they ran out of time to spike.
It was the Rose Bowl.
It was the Rose Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
And they ran out of time to spike the ball.
Yep. I watched that game live as a kid.
I did too. I turned it on the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah. Jake Plummer with the high socks, man.
Man, say what you want. I love Jake Plummer as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. I was pulling for them so hard too that game. That shit happened. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah. And he stayed in Arizona. Props to him. Didn't leave the state of Arizona. Got drafted by the Cardinals, stuck it up for a few years, took his lumps, and then went to Denver, had some success.
Yeah. Stayed on that west area, didn't he?
Yeah.
Man, this is a tough game to pick because you look at both teams, like
they're pretty identical.
Yeah.
When you look at the edge, it's like, ugh, I don't know.
I'm gonna go in a close one. I'm gonna go with Iowa State.
Matt Campbell finally gets his flowers, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Tough game. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be great.
He gets his flowers, then he finally says, "All right, I'm getting the fuck out of here."
I'm going to Purdue.
Yeah.
Can't take this shit no more.
I'm going to North Carolina. Screw this. I'm going to take the new kids on the block. I'm taking Arizona State.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Yes.
3:00. You got Georgia and Texas. The SEC championship. The great rematch. Now, I'm only going to go with Georgia because in the beginning of the year, I said Texas is 2 losses. This year we're going to be the Georgia. So I got to hold to what I said.
And you and Sam both had Texas making the SEC championship.
Yeah. Against
Mind
Georgia.
you, this is the 2 non-Texas fans.
Yeah.
These are the Baylor guys that picked Texas to be in the.
Yeah, got to be honest. Got to be.
Sam and Fat Sam, the most non-Texas fan. But which he picked Texas to win the SEC championship.
Yes.
I picked them not to make the game, but to finish 3rd or 4th in the conference. I can't remember which it was. It was one of the 2.
I want to say 3rd.
I think it was 3rd that I picked. I figured it would be like a one game thing. Hook 'em horns.
It'll be a lot closer than the first game.
I sure as fucking hope so.
Because 2 things are going to happen. You'll get the Georgia team that's coming in, scarred, slow start, that might end up costing them the game in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might get a Georgia team like, you know what, balls out, let's roll. And so,
which Carson Beck are we going to get?
Yeah, and Ewers as well. Like Ewers cannot fuck up in this game.
Honestly, I expect to see a lot more Arch in this game. Like I expect Sarkisian to use Arch Manning a lot, or maybe not a lot, but to have more plays for him to get on the field.
Yeah.
And if Ewers isn't doing anything, like say he goes like 2 turnovers or just isn't moving the ball, I can see him real quick going, all right, March, go.
Get in.
But yeah, it's one thing we know won't happen. There won't be bottles thrown on the field.
Oh no.
Neutral site game.
Yeah. Georgia might start throwing some bags of weed, Then you got the Big Ten
They might start
championship,
throwing batteries and shit.
right? The Big Ten championship, Penn State and Oregon. Now, this is the game I was talking about, and just you gotta mess somebody up.
I think the only thing this could do would keep Ohio State from getting a home game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it keeps them out. I mean, this isn't going to keep them out of the playoff, but I think it might cost them a home game if Penn State were to win.
I got Oregon to win because I got Oregon. I got them. I picked them to win the Big Ten. I picked them to win the national championship. Sticking with Oregon. But man, Penn State, dude, what the hell, right? Just yeah.
Hey man, James Franklin just keeps on believing, man.
Yeah, and he's the opposite, right? He can't beat Ohio State.
Yes. So
right, he beat Michigan.
Right now, do you think he sent a nice fat check over to what's his name? What's his first name? Something Moore, the head coach at Michigan.
Sharon, is it Sharon Moore?
Sharon Moore, yeah, Sharon Moore. Send him a nice late Thanksgiving basket.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It was a Christmas card.
Yeah, there's some leftover jerky. Now here you go.
There was a picture of me and my big ass bald head with my signature on it.
You had to shirt off.
Here's what's his name? Michael Peel dressed as me from that skit.
That was great, man.
With both of us signing it.
And he's still trying to figure out that fan's name.
Oh God.
But Penn State 11-1, man. Franklin gets criticized, because he can't win the big game against Ohio State. But man, to just keep this team just relevant.
I mean, he's been to what, 3 Rose Bowls?
Yeah.
Hasn't won one yet, but
he's been.
He's been.
Oh my God, man. This will be like the biggest victory of his career, like hands down, if he wins the Big Ten.
I think all he's got to do is win one game in the playoff. Yeah. If he wins the Big Ten, they're gonna tear down the Paterno statue and build a statue.
Just his face.
Yes.
You rub his head every time you walk in the stadium. Who you got in this one?
I picked Oregon as well, so I'm gonna stick with Oregon.
Yeah. In the nightcap as well, you have Clemson and SMU for the ACC championship. Say that again: Clemson and SMU for the ACC championship. What the hell are we doing?
The hell's going on out here?
God damn it! I'm pulling for SMU.
Got to take the home state team in SMU. Pony up.
But Clemson, they got shellacked by Georgia in the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And everyone's ready questioning Dabo. But he can get a 10-win season here if he wins.
Which is crazy, too, that Clemson just stuck around under the radar, didn't do it flashy, wasn't impressive, but they were there.
Yeah.
And it's like that's been the major criticism, I think, of a lot of the teams that were in the top 10 was, who have they played? Who they beat? Well, guess what? Everybody else kept losing. They just kept winning.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting championship week, to say the least. So we have, before we get into the college football rankings, as of right now, we have North Carolina, Purdue, West Virginia, and UCF also without a head coach. Because Gus Malzahn wanted to go sign to be the OC at Florida State. It's like, fuck it, I'm going to go over here.
I'm tired of
Yeah, I'm tired of this shit.
I'm tired of this pressure.
I'm gonna go. This guy that's the head coach, so he's getting all the shit. I'm gonna go ahead and just go with him. Everybody forget that I'm here. But the whole North Carolina interviewing Bill Belichick, and they says multiple interviews, not just one.
Said multiple.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you, Tom Brady. I'm going to do something you never did. I'm going to win an NCAA championship.
And I don't care who you are, whatever. Just to say, hey, we got Bill Belichick here. That's going to attract recruiting.
So here's my thing, too. You saw what Belichick was like in the pros.
Mm-hmm.
How he made grown men buy into his system like a college system. Can you imagine him doing that with 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids?
Yeah. And guess who will help him?
Nick Saban.
Yep. Guess who? If he was to get that job, who's my defensive coordinator? Mike Vrabel.
Yes.
Don't get Josh McDaniels for your OC. No. But get Mike Vrabel.
You know what? He might call Bill O'Brien and be like, hey, Bill, quit your job.
He works
Fuck
for me.
Boston College. Fuck Boston College.
You want to get whooped every year by me, or you want to go ahead and get coached by me? What do you want?
Romeo Crennel comes out of retirement.
Oh, my God. You see Eric Bieniemy got fired, too. UCLA.
Yeah, I saw. Well, yeah, there was a mutual parting. I'm like, was it, though?
He thinks he'll get the Bears job anyway. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. Bill Belichick, and then also, the whole West Virginia thing. Nick Saban wanted to help out West Virginia. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Do you think that is a favor to Pat McAfee?
Has to be something. And he's from West Virginia too. He's West Virginia born, so
maybe.
Yeah, and they say he speaks, about his hometown. Like that's, I don't know, man. What the hell's going on? They got Andrew Luck as general manager at Stanford. What is going on?
What is this? What is this shit? Really?
Yeah. This off season is gonna be interesting. We're gonna have a lot to talk about in the off season.
Oh yeah.
But get to these college football player rankings. Start from number 1's Oregon.
No surprise there.
Number 2 is Texas.
No surprise there.
Number 3, Penn State.
Again, just attrition. No surprise there.
Number 4, Notre Dame.
It is what it is.
Number 5, Georgia.
Again, no surprise.
We got number 6, Ohio State.
Yeah.
Number 7, Tennessee. Yeah. And got number 8, SMU.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Indiana, who we all knew was going to be there from the get-go.
Yeah.
Got number 10, Boise State. And the one that got everybody are number 11, Alabama. And then number 12, you got Miami.
And that's
Ole Miss, second team out. Then you got South Carolina, Arizona State. Alabama.
See, and this is probably the first time I've agreed with Stephen A. Smith. Like, why are they there?
Yeah.
Like, why are they there?
Easily could put, and I get it, I understand, right? We talked about Miami's schedule, but Miami's 10-2. They were contending for an ACC championship. They lost. But man, like
Alabama, I don't even think is third in the SEC.
No.
Tennessee is.
Yeah. Yeah. So Bama lost to Vanderbilt.
Tennessee. And Oklahoma.
Yeah, and Oklahoma. I don't know. There's no argument now to why they're in there. there's no argument of why they should be there.
Yeah, it's indefensible because it's like, dude, you've lost 3 games. Your worst 2 were, if you're going to make the argument that Texas has had a good win against a ranked Vanderbilt, it's like, dude, Vanderbilt beat the shit out of Alabama, who was number 1 at the time.
Yeah. They controlled that game.
It's like you were number 1 and you lost the way you did to Vanderbilt, which I believe that was their first win against a top ranked or a top 25 team, let alone a number 1 overall ranked team.
I mean, hell, I'd put Ole Miss over Alabama. We're going to do that.
Well, the only thing with that is Alabama has the head-to-head.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that saved them against South Carolina jumping them and Ole Miss jumping them is they have the head-to-head win against both those teams.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
But even then, it's like, dude, I would be okay if you put freaking Colorado up there.
Yeah.
That'd be okay, those 2, only one Big 12 team's going to make it. You put them both up there, One thing I will say about this committee this year, and just the rankings in general, they have been so kind and favorable to teams that have lost, top ranked teams that have lost to unranked teams. Mm-hmm. They have been very forgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not just the committee, like I said, just overall.
Mm-hmm.
It's like because Alabama dropped down to what, 8, 9 when they lost to Vanderbilt?
Yeah, they dropped.
Like they dropped 7 spots, but it's like you didn't fall out of the top 10.
Yeah.
And years past, if that had happened, your ass was at 15, maybe even 20.
Yeah, you look at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Lost to Michigan. They dropped down, 4 spots?
Were they 3?
Were they 3 or 2?
They were 2 or 3. I can't remember, but I mean, granted, Texas had the.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were 2 or 3, and then they dropped to 6. So they only went down 3 to 4, anywhere from 3 to 4 spots.
I think it was Notre Dame, it's Notre Dame. We already said that too. They're going to lose to Northern Illinois. It's all right.
Yeah.
You'll be number 4. You're good.
But I mean, in their hands, they're like, "Hey, we beat some teams. Who'd you beat? We beat A&M.
Yeah, at night.
Yeah, we beat USC. And everybody thought USC was going to be good.
Yeah,
Navy. They beat Navy when Navy was ranked.
And Army. They beat Army.
Yes, they beat them both.
Yeah, so all right. We'll give them that.
Yeah.
Do you think obviously these 2 teams are not going to be playing this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Does it stay the same with Alabama and Miami if it comes down to it?
It depends. I think it depends on what happens.
Yeah.
I think the only scenario which I can see Alabama getting pushed out is if SMU were to lose.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that is the only way Bama gets knocked out. Because, let me think about it. Did they have a Big 12 team in the actual 12-team bracket?
Mm-hmm. Arizona State was the closest at 15.
Well, like in the bracket, like the projections, did they have that?
Yeah, Arizona State was number 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were the last ones in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, short of either Boise losing, because to me, there's no way they're going to fall that far. Like, you have, 12 at the worst for Boise State. It's like your only 2 losses are a conference championship game and to the number 1 team.
Yeah. Yeah, because the projected buys for Oregon, Texas, SMU, and Boise State.
Yeah, those are the only two ways, or three ways, I guess, if both of those teams lose. But to me, that's the only way those guys get knocked out.
Interesting, man.
And
pissed off folks Sunday.
Like I said, he didn't do that committee any favors by saying, "Oh yeah, no, we're not going to punish any team that's not playing."
Yeah,
it's like, brother, you can't say shit like that.
Cannot. They always say something like that though. They say something. We know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Type deal.
It's like, it's one thing. It's like, if I'm the NCAA and I'm picking this committee and I'm picking the spokesperson, I'm putting their ass to public speaking.
Right.
I'm giving them a training class. Like, if you want to be the head of this damn committee, your ass is going to learn how to talk. You're going to learn how not to put your foot in your mouth. It's like, I'm going to have you trained if I have to write a goddamn script and put it in front of you.
So we'll see what happens Sunday, man. It's going to be interesting. It'll be fun to see the final college football playoff rankings.
Yeah. And, And, it's crazy. I didn't think about it, too, until I heard somebody mention it, too. They're like, well, there's going to be a three-team, even if there's always a possibility of a third team or a three-loss team being in the playoff besides Alabama. It's going to be Georgia.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I was like, shit, I didn't think about that.
So that's how Bama will get pushed out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think they get pushed out because of that. Somebody might lose a home game.
Yeah, that's what they know. They ain't gonna get pushed out. Keep Bama in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the projected first round matchup of Bama and Notre Dame. Come on.
Get old Greg McElroy and Manti Te'o to be on the sideline.
Well, we didn't cover NFL today because it's all about college football here with the whole playoff rankings, coaching, championship week.
Yeah, just a lot to go on. The week of college football came in like a forearm to Trevor Lawrence's forehead.
Yeah.
And just
Christ. Yeah, like even if we had time to cover recruiting, we'd be covering recruiting right now. Like, my gosh.
Yeah.
All this stuff, man.
It's crazy. It's one of these things that's like, dude, like now was in the neck of it.
It's going by fast.
It really has. And then on top of that, you said Army Navy next week.
Yeah.
Heisman next week too. And we still don't have a clear-cut favorite.
No. I don't know, man. Pretty wild.
It's been a great first 12-team playoff season.
Yeah, it's going to be even better after next week. It's just going to be some talk about whoever gets left out.
Yes.
Should be 14 teams.
Should be 22 teams.
Like a 24. Let's just do 24. Shit.
It's going to be a mid-season tournament like the NBA. We're just going to keep
College Football Cup. Well, appreciate y'all joining us here. Like I said, on Facebook, In Your House Sports, YouTube channel, In Your House Sports. Share, like the page, comment, notification bell. Do all the good stuff. Check out our videos we have. Subscribe.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
All that good stuff. From Henny D.
Your boy Vassos.
Peace out.